Hello and welcome back to Paul's Racing channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. So this is race 2 from round 8 of our Sunday League Championship here in Italy at the Autodrome Maggiore. This is the full course reverse. Another 13 laps round here in the Subaru BRZ. And this is the grid going in this one. And let's get this second race over and done with. Here we go. So we've got Jabba in pole position. We've got Captain Slow in second, Brownie in third, Bloomfield in fourth, Ruthless in fifth, Benzo in sixth. Hopefully he'll have a better race this time. He had a shocking start in race 1, didn't he? Brian the Mechanic in seventh, Motorstorm Hero in eighth, Cherry Bomb in ninth, Idle 4 Gaming in 10th, Brian McCarney in 11th, and Dyson in 12th. Their race winner from race 1. So here we go. Let's get this on. Rolling start round the final corner. Going to be watching those lights go out and then we'll be off and running. Oh, there go green actually. Away we go. Up to turn 1. Jabba leading them off ahead of Captain Slow and Brownie. Broomfield in fourth. See him going around this turn 1. Remember, pit stop in this race. Hard and medium tyres to be used only in this second race. So set to change, of course, you know that by now, don't need to keep telling you, but Captain Slow now attacking Jabba up for the lead, up the inside. Good move actually from Captain Slow. That's a great move. Put himself positioned nicely into this next left hand kink, and he should, if you don't run it too wide, get ahead of Jabba. He does, into the lead. Good move from Captain Slow there. Oh, behind there, Brownie Bloomfield attacking Brownie, and there's a little bit on the grass and it's a bit of close there between them two. Jabba nearly ran off wide, Ruthless behind them in fifth. It's a little drag race now here between Bloomfield and Brownie. Bloomfield just ahead now into third place. Can he keep it to your side through these next S's? Is going to be difficult, but I think Brownie just lit off a little bit, just allowed Bloomfield to grab that third off him. He was ahead at that point, so probably the right thing to do rather than crash bang wallop through them S's. It's Ruthless in fifth. Sliding it and he's lost it. Oh, and again, we know how sensitive these cars are. In the middle of the track, got cars going left, right and centre, all missing him. He's back to 10th place before gaming. What's happened to him? My goodness me, let's have a look. Just see him going a bit strange there in the background. Half a second penalty. He's down in 9th at this point. Does he hit the wall or what happens? Oh, and he actually just done exactly what Ruthless just done. So I was going to say about Ruthless, so sensitive these cars that they just slightest touch and that is it. Now Brian the Mechanic is miles back, and what happened to him at the start? Let's see if I can find it. Did he even get off the start? I'm going to go right back to the start. There you go. He's looking the wrong way, so whatever happened now, and this is like turn 2 or 3. Let's have a look. Did he catch the curbing? Oh, he's on the grass, and well, it's like a hat-trick of spins there, isn't it? Hat-tricks of sensitivities in these cars are really, really difficult. Let's just go forward a little bit so we catch up with where we were. Captain Slowden in the lead with Jabba. In second, Bloomfield, we know, got into third ahead of Brownie. Then we've got Motorstorm Hero now in fifth. Of Ruthless is off. So Motorstorm Hero, who tried to chase down Dyson in race 1, and these are the tyres, isn't it? Everyone's having a bit more issues here. Not like race 1. These are the hard tyres or the medium tyres. I'm wondering all the guys that have gone off are on hard tyres maybe. They're having a difficulty keeping that on track. But up to 50 is Benzo under immense pressure here from Cherry Bomb, Dyson, Brian McCarney, so he's got like 3 of the title contenders there, and he's keeping them all behind him in a minute. But what a scary sight that would be for Benzo, looking in his mirrors now, seeing these 3 looming large behind him. But Cherry Bomb's going to have a little go up the inside. There was a little gap there. He just managed to get his nose up there, and Benzo, oh, he's gone, and he's done exactly the same. Hard tyres as well. Well, it's not taking a lot for these hard tyres to lose that grip, is it, really? Well, he's out and back to 10th now, Benzo. So not really the start he wanted. I mean, he got a little bit further than what he did before, but this is the battle now between Cherry Bomb and Dyson. Dyson, of course, we know, winner of race 1. He's on the hard tyres. He's attacking Cherry Bomb. He's also on the hard tyres. I think a lot of the guys have opted for the tyres here in race 1, actually. Some are obviously finding them a little bit easier than others, but Cherry Bomb, yeah, thought he might get a penalty there. I wasn't going to say anything until to see if it actually come up. Just looked like he just flirted a little bit with the track limits, and there's a second penalty, and he goes wide there. That's allowed Dyson to come through. So Cherry Bomb, a couple of difficult corners there for him, and he's just lost 7th place as well. Back to 8th now. Brian Mulcahy's got through. So on the hard tyres is Brian. So actually, let's go through the field and just have a look at these tyres to see if there was anybody on the mediums. They're catching slow, by the way. He's under pressure again from Jabber. Now, I'm wondering where Jabber's on mediums. It just looked like he had a little bit more pace, didn't he? And he's going to take that lead from catching slow, just like that, at turn 1. But you don't really need to brake there. He just got that a bit wrong, went a little bit too narrow into that apex, had to brake because he was never going to make the exit. Catching slow saw it coming and give him a bit of room. So medium tyres then for our leader Jabber. Then catching slow, and he's controlled it, but he nearly went round as well. He's back to 5th, could lose 6th as well here. Back to 6th, no, 5th it is at the moment. So let's go. Bloomfield up to 2nd on the hard tyres. Motorstorm Hero on hard tyres, who's attacking him now. Looking for 2nd place. Motorstorm Hero on the outside, going into this left-hander. Down in the dip. He gets it done. So up to 2nd goes Motorstorm Hero. Bloomfield 3rd. Brownie hard tyres as well in 4th. Dyson, we know, is on hard tyres up to 5th place. Catching slow on hard tyres in 6th. Brian Mulcahy on hard tyres in 7th. Got Cherry Bomb also on hard tyres in 8th. Ruthless hard tyres in 9th. Brian the Mechanic hard tyres in 10th. 4 Gaming hard tyres in 11th. And Benzo hard tyres in 12th. These are the boys that have had a couple of spins here. So it's actually only our leader Jabber. He's the only one who's opted for the medium tyre then here in race 2 for this first stint. So I'm guessing that his strategy, like always would be, I guess, is to try and get a bit of a healthy lead out front before he has to change. Pit window is open between lap 4 and lap 9, so that'll be the end of lap 4 and the end of lap 9. As I say, the start of lap 4, I should say, and the end of lap 9. So 4 and 9 is your pit window, so it's officially open now for Jabber, but looking at his tyres and fuel at the moment, I don't think he's going to be coming in just yet. Maybe leave it right till the end of lap 9 before it closes, before he decides to come in. In the meantime, he can try and open a bit of a gap ahead, but crack on to try and avoid too much of a deficit when it comes to pit lane. Having said that, it's pretty quick pit lane, this one here, and I'm not sure, the fuel might be okay. You might not need to have to put too much fuel in, if any, so it might just be a tyre change required, in which case it'll be a fairly quick pit stop anyway. But he's certainly trying to make hay, isn't he, out front, and trying to get that gap over Bloomfield at the moment, who's obviously the first of our hard tyre drivers. To see Ethan up there in 2nd. It's going to be some battle in pit lane, isn't it, if everybody, with the exception of Jabber, is on the hard tyres. It'll be quite interesting to see when these guys decide to come in. And just noticed, actually, from 2nd or 3rd place, Motorstorm Heroes all the way back down into 7th now. So something's really happened to Motorstorm Hero. Let's have a look, see what it was, if there's any sort of telltale signs. Really, he must have had a moment somewhere, as he's dropped like 4 or 5 places there in the space of a lap or two, so certainly something was going on there as Bloomfield. Oh, and there's our first one in on the hard, so Dyson has got to lap 5 with Brian and Motorstorm Hero, so yeah, all the title contenders are going in now on lap 5, gonna blast it away then. Cherry Bomb as well, they get a chance to get back out the medium tyres and go again, and there you go, that's how quick it is. So Dyson, yeah, so no fuel required for them anyway, straight in, straight with the tyre change and back out again. So Italy, he's got a nice little lead over the rest behind him at the moment, but of course got a few ahead of him still that he's got to contend with. There's 2 of them, Captain Slow and Brownie. Brownie looking pretty pacey here, trying to attack Captain Slow, although just kicks up the dust a bit there, his back wheel. Brownie then, Team Falcon. Come on, Team Falcon. Is trying his best to chase down Captain Slow, who's ahead of him. Through these S's now, he just needs to kind of let it roll, a little spurt of power in between that one there, and then got to be careful to not hit that wall on the left-hand side. They're taking it very careful, aren't they? They're missing it by miles. So you've got no danger of them hitting that. Captain Slow though, up the hill now, is behind Bloomfield, who's up still in second, and he's trying his best to keep with Jabber, but in fairness to Bloomfield, and how quick that pit stop is, he could probably afford to come in now and still come out in a relatively good position, because behind Brownie, back to Dyson, there's a bit of a gap, and there you go, right on cue, he's decided to do what I've just said and go in along with Captain Slow, and I was going to say and Brownie, but no, he's decided to stay out, so Brownie fancies another lap on the hard tyres. Let's see where Bloomfield does come out. He's just getting service now along with Captain Slow, so Dyson has gone past, so he does take 3rd place, but could effectively be our lead. It all depends on how Jabber gets on when he comes in. Bloomfield, there you go, he's come out in 4th, so actually he's only dropped a couple of places, and we know that one of them was Brownie, who didn't come in, so this might work out quite well for Ethan. And Captain Slow, obviously he's come out behind him in 5th, so that little battle still continues. And in fact, I was going to say Captain Slow was ahead of Ethan going in, but I don't think he was actually. I think he was behind him going into pit lane, so I was going to say he's taken him in pit lane, but he hasn't. But Motorstorm Hero is on the verge of taking Captain Slow, and up the inside he goes, Motorstorm Hero. Ooh, that's a big glitch there, and suddenly the headlights on, and what's happened? Something's, not sure what that was about. There was a little bit of going on there. Back to 7th goes Motorstorm Hero, and Brian Moncana's got through as well, so I'm not too sure what happened there. His hazard lights came on for a second. There was a big spike, wasn't there? Big glitch, or maybe there was some sort of internet mishap at that point, but whatever it was, it's dropped him down a couple of places. Fortunately though, he's still on the track and he's still running, so that's better than a complete disconnect. It completely takes you out of the race. There's a little battle going on here though, and they're all on medium tyres now, remember. All come in, all done their stop, and chase is on. Bloomfield's just nearly lost it. Captain Slow, to say, nearly lost it, with Brian Moncana getting through up to 5th. Now Brownie decides to come in, so he's going to drop a few spots behind this lot, go back down to at least 6th place, 7th, sorry. This little battle keeps going on though, he's still there. So Dyson in second. We'll be looking to take the lead, but it depends on, as I keep saying, what Jabba does. Is Dyson coming around that left-hander now, up the other side of the hill. Jabba's already through there and down through the S's he goes. So that is the gap. It's not big enough to me at the moment, if I'm honest. It's got two more laps after this to get that stop done. But even if he does lose it to Dyson, the place that is, he might still come out. I can see a spinner in the background. Is that Captain Slow? No, it isn't. Who's spinning? Oh, it's Motorstorm Hero. See that he had an issue before, didn't we? Was that another glitch, or was that just an error? Let's have a look on his part. Oh, he's attacking Captain Slow on the outside. This is not going to end well. Does it hit the curb? He does hit the curb on the inside, that big sleeping policeman curb, and we didn't actually see the incident, but that's obviously thrown him across to the left-hand side of the track. Front damage, of course, there by hitting that barrier, and then he decides to reverse back into the traffic. But he's back to 8th place behind Cherry Bomb. It's Brian Mechanic. I haven't seen much of him in this one, to be fair. In 9th place, he's also come in. Ruthless in 10th. Benzo in 11th. Ideal 4 Gaming, who is in 12th place. And yeah, I don't think he's having the best race here, is he? Race 2. Had a good race 1, but this one's probably gone away from him now at this point. Jabba, he hasn't come in yet, has he? And he's decided to stay out for another lap. Dyson, meanwhile, is catching him. To lap 8 of 13. So might actually need to possibly put a little bit of fuel in, as well as change the tyres. Dyson, we know, will be good to go to the end. He's got the fastest lap currently as well, 1:57.6. Comes through right, left, right. S's won't hit that wall. Shaved it there, but no dramas. Didn't barely touch it there. Whisker away though from hitting it. Dyson, Bloomfield still in a good 3rd place. Chased now by Brian Moncani, who has caught up to the back of Bloomfield. Again, this is falling nicely for Brian, like it did in race 1. If he can get himself up there in that top 3, just ahead of Cherry Bomb, which he is currently, it's going to do his championship points tally no harm whatsoever. He's in 4th. Cherry Bomb's back down there in 7th. Jabba has decided to come in now, so he's already come back to 2nd place. Dyson now taking up that lead. He's going to be done as well by Bloomfield and Brian Moncani, so actually he's going to drop down to 4th. He's just coming out now, so yeah, wasn't as bad as what I thought, was it? Oh, but it might be now. 3 seconds for cutting the pit lane. Presumably that was the entry. So 3 seconds. What's the gap then back to Captain Slow? Yeah, it's probably not 3 seconds. Be close. But either way, he's got 3 seconds to take off. There's Captain Slow there, so he might be up to 4th once Jabba takes that off. We'll see. But of course, our winner from race 1 could be the winner in race 2. To be honest, no one's really touched him, have they? Come close to touching him at all in either of these races around here. Race 1, we thought he was going to have a good little battle with his teammate, which there was to start with, but then that fizzled out a bit, and he ended up winning it comfortably in the end. And then here in race 2, again, got a massive gap now back to Bloomfield, who's more concerned probably about the fact that he's got Brian Moncani right up his rear end, attacking for second. But that's, it's a big gap now back to Dyson. I think it could be a double victory for Dyson, but Bloomfield is keeping Brian behind him at the moment. But for how long is Brian going to be in third? Let's see. And actually, Bloomfield's made a little mistake. This is a chance now for Brian at the outside. He's going to have to run on him, and he had no choice but to let Brian go past Ethan. He's back down to third, but he's still there with a shot of the podium here, Bloomfield, and with the gap behind him as well. It's not bad at all, so looking good there for him. But I was going to say, I'm surprised so far that we haven't had anyone hit the outside wall on the final corner like we did in race 1, especially on these other tyres, but they've all maybe just given it a lot of respect there, and maybe that's why we haven't had any incidents there, at least not yet. Still 3.5 laps to go, of course. Slow in 4th place, kind of on his own, a bit isolated now. Got nothing to work off in front. Jabba back to 5th after a strong start from Jabba, then obviously had to do his stop, and he came out in 5th. So after starting on those medium tyres and heading up the race for first 8 laps, back down to 5th now, which is still a good result for Jabba, or for anybody, come to think of it. So he's not really under any pressure from behind, so he should be okay for 5th place finish here, as long as he can keep it going forward. Cherry Bomb, meanwhile, in 6th. Again, we haven't really seen much of him in this race, have we? He had the best race 1. And he's in 6th place here, isn't he? So probably wanted to be a little bit up the top, a little bit further. Motorstorm Hero definitely would have wanted to be, but he's another kind of round. He's had a couple of strong rounds, hasn't he? This one, find it difficult again. Brownie behind him in 8th, putting pressure on. Another strong showing here from Brownie. Certainly a different line through there from him, but clearly it works, because he's keeping up with Motorstorm Hero. In fact, if anything, he might actually be getting closer. So, he's definitely closer now, because Motorstorm Hero, guess what, has decided to have another spin. So that gets Brownie up to 7th. But Motorstorm, again, back end on the car, very little power input there applied, and he still decides to spin out. So back to 8th he goes. As I'd like to be well used in this race anyway. That's one thing that he has been doing well here. But I mean, these cars are really sensitive, so it's not always the driver's fault, is it? Just got to be really, really careful applying the power in these cars, it would seem. Brian the mechanic in 9th goes up and over the top. Little 4 gaming, it's up to 10th now. Not sure he's going to get any better than that now in this race. That could be it for him. So in 11th. Excuse me. Ruthless back to 12th. Now leader's still there. Brian is still second. Bloomfield still third, so it's settled down a little bit up top. Dyson, another quick lap of 1:57.2 this time. The penultimate lap as well now. Slow, we know he's on his own. So the next closest is this sort of battle really between Cherry Bomb, Jabba and Brownie. So this could be where it's all going to happen at the end of this race. If it all starts to close in and close up a bit. And the end of this race could be pretty interesting. Kink, slight lift there, and then full power down now to the bottom of the hill, and then hard on the brakes for the next left-hander, and up the other side, and then through the fast S section. So Dyson, he seems, as he's about to come round to start the final lap, seems to have got another victory here. The final lap now as he crosses the line. Got a big gap back to Brian Moncarney, who I'm sure will be pretty happy with a second place if it indeed finishes like that. Bloomfield, I know, will be ecstatic over a third place. Well, maybe not that excited, but he'd be pretty pleased with it. Anyone would be, wouldn't they, if you can get yourself on the podium here. Captain Slow in fourth. Cherry Bomb in fifth. Jabba sixth. Brownie seventh. So Cherry Bomb's got away from these two, but Brownie certainly is attacking Jabba now, and he's going to take the sixth place off him. He does. So Brownie up to sixth then, Jabba back to seventh. Brighter Mechanic in eighth place. Ninth for Motorstorm. Idle Game in 10th. 11th for Benzo, 12th for Ruthless. Let's go with our leader now. Watch him to the end. Down into this difficult left-hand cambered corner. Then fast back straight up the hill to then hit another tight left-hander that runs into a sweeping right-hander. And then hard on the brakes for the final two corners, these tight hairpins, left and right. And that is your final lap and last race here at Maggiore. Congratulations to Dyson, won it comfortably in the end. Double here tonight. Brian Moncarney, he's going to get that second place and more points picked up for him. Well done to Brian. Bloomfield, he does get that third, and he will be really, happy with that. You can tell by the flashing of the lights. Well done to him. Captain Slow will come in fourth. I think he'll be reasonably pleased with that also. Well done to him. Cherry Bomb, well, he'll take it. Fifth place for him. Still certainly be up there at the top of the championship. Brownie coming in sixth. Well done to him. Jabba in seventh. So that's how that ended there. Motorstorm Hero. It's been an eventful race. Glitching and offs and hazard lights. The lot from him, but he's going to come in eighth place. ahead of Brian, a mechanic who hasn't quite crossed the line yet, as he, oh, yes, that's 9th. That's a spectacular finish again. Idle 4 Gaming will come in 10th. Ahead of Benzo in 11th. Ruthless will finish them off in 12th place to complete this round here in Italy at the Autodromo Maggiore. Next round in Barcelona, Spain. Join me for that, the penultimate round of the championship. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.